Premiership for East Geelong. They have won 13-13-91 to 10-10-70 in that final quarter. East Geelong 2 straight goals, 4 goals 5 to Bell Post Hill. 21 points the margin at the final siren. 13-13-91 the Eagles. Bell Post Hill 10-10-70. There's the coach of the East Geelong Football Club, Adam Scrobelak.
Bit worse for wear.
Yep. And the
old
East Geelong
not
boys.
Not too sound, I don't think.
The East Geelong boys down towards the southern end of the ground, celebrating their first premiership since 1993. And Bell Post Hill, unfortunately for them, still looking for their first senior premiership in the Geelong District Football League. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be able to talk to the coach and also the captain, have the presentation of the medallions, and also the Smiths Holden Cup for season 2009. We'll take a break. Back after this on Channel 31. Welcome back to St Albans Reserve. East Geelong 13-13-91. Premiers for season 2009 have defeated Bell Post Hill 10-10-70. Goal kickers this afternoon for East Geelong. Dale, I'll do them. It's okay.
No, I've got them.
Dale's caught up in the party atmosphere. Goals this afternoon, big fella.
Yeah, no, for the winning side, East Geelong, we have Sean O'Leary with 3, Dean O'Hara 2, Pat Hoey 2, which were both in the first quarter. Single goal kickers to Josh Coy, Ryan Closton, Justin Oppenlander, Adam Scrobelak and Danny Liston. And for the Bell Post Hill side, 2 each to Jamie Pyle and Sean Lewis, 1 apiece, Dale Jenkins, David Holzfein, Robert May, Rob Kavka and Andrew Venner, along with Travis Fursland, who I consider was one of the better players for the Bell Post Hill side.
Jake, just wrapping things up for our radio commitments in a couple of minutes. East Geelong did enough early, and unfortunately for Bell Post Hill, just a couple of indiscretions probably cost them a bit in the middle part of the game.
Yeah, we saw East Geelong get that start away, and once they were in front, you saw it pretty hard for Bell Post Hill to get back into it. And as you said, they had a few incidents. It definitely wasn't Bell Post Hill's day, and the result's probably gone a testament to the season. East Geelong were just too good on the day, and I think they finished up winning their 16th last games in a row. So it's a phenomenal effort, and no one can question that East Geelong are deserving premiers in 2009. And we certainly got an interesting grand final that we'll remember for many years to come. That's for sure.
And Dale Bell Post Hill worked hard to get here, and just they were in it for a while. And I suppose in the end, just if a couple of things had gone their way a little bit earlier in the match, especially in the second term when they had the breeze. The Nathan Lewis incident unfortunately cost them probably close to half time as well, and just weren't able to get back in the game.
Yeah, no, it's probably disappointing that they, you can have a game that goes down to the wire and then you get a couple of send-offs during the course of the game. It really doesn't help you at all. So it's just interesting that, as I said, Bell Post still have got back to 20 points towards the end of the game. East Geelong again in that last quarter, they were just probably holding up time. That wind blew like it hasn't blown before in that last quarter, so it did make it difficult to get the ball forward at any rate. Not, they earned their work in their first 3 quarters of this grand final, and were well and truly deserving of the premiership flag. So East Geelong will have a joyous couple of days. Bell Post Hill, on the other hand, a couple of days that they'll sit back and remember. And I suppose now that they start planning again towards next year and just seeing what's available to them and where they need to go from here. But it's going to be a long summer for them, unfortunately.
It's tough to have 2 grand final losses in 2 years, isn't it?
Yeah, look, you don't get an opportunity to play in too many, and it's a tremendous effort. They had the reserve side play in the grand final today and were also beaten. Their under-18s found a bit of form late in the year, so there's still a bit of hope for them coming up in the next couple of years. But again, their kids have got to be their mainstay now. They've got to get some kids into that side. A few of the older blokes will probably give it away. Daniel Farrow, I spoke to him before the game. He was one that probably said that this would be his last game, and which is a real shame because he's been good from up there. And I just, as I said, I wish all those sort of guys that are retiring, and I suppose Mick O'Leary now would be just about ready to pull the pin himself. Finishing this way for him would be a sensational finish, and I reckon it's all credit to those sort of players. And looks like Mick's actually coming across with Noel now at the moment, so he may be the bloke that's going to do the talking. I reckon the big fella Adam Scrobelak might have a sore nose for a couple of days, but I don't think that'll worry him too much at this stage.
We'll take a quick break then. Thanks to 94.7 The Pulse for all their work this year in helping us cover the Geelong District Footy League. Take a break on Channel 31. Back after this with the presentations of the medallions and with Michael O'Leary. Back after this.
Michael, well done. Long time in waiting. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's about, 16 years, so it's a bit disappointed a couple of years ago. We could have won, but should have won. But yeah, it's good. It was good to be able to play the last quarter and think we're going to win for most of it, so that's good, yeah.
You had a couple of weeks to prepare. Did all your plans come off in the end?
I think they did. We had a bit of a hard week last week and we eased it back this week. and I had a few boys go through fitness tests, but everyone played well today, and we always knew that if we played well and played to 80-90%, we'd get over the line, and we did.
Where do you think your team won the game today?
Oh, look, I think down the forward line, Ryan Closter and Sean O'Leary. I mean, Scribe didn't take many marks down forward like usual, but I think that, Sean down there, just so many options, and I think it's got us over the line.
Thanks very much, Mike.
No worries, mate.
Michael O'Leary there, talking about his team's victory, and East Geelong are now coming over to have the presentation. We're going to go and have a look at Scrubber. We're over here. East Geelong have just made their way over now for the presentation. Goalpost Hill obviously looking dejected. I'm going to try and find Scrub. Scrub, just quick chat from here, mate. Yeah, obviously a lot of emotion. How do you feel now?
Yeah, good apart from his nose. Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, pretty good, mate. Yeah, obviously a lot of hard work by it. Yeah, with that win, pick up the last quarter, didn't know which way it was going to go, but all the boys stood tall down back and on ball, and Simon Primke down back was fantastic. And oh shit, mate, good blood on your microphone.
All your plans came up today and ended up being a very good result for you.
Yeah. I was a bit worried that third quarter we didn't really make use of the wind and the bloke sent off, but obviously hard work paid off. We got a couple of late goals, and obviously when we go a little more defensive, it's always going to be hard to kick 6 in the last quarter. So we kicked a couple early, which made a difference.
Yeah, and what were the main things coming into today that you really emphasised to your players just to get the result?
Oh, just watching them out the back. They slip out the back a fair bit, so but to make sure we win with the ball, it was there to be won, and we done that pretty well. Won the footy when it was there, and then heard it back the other way, which was what we planned and what worked. So.
All right, thanks very much, Adam.
All right, thanks, mate.
So the players just going through their formalities now.
East Geelong, number 1, Josh Coy.
Simon Primke just being awarded the best on ground medal today. Now we've started with the players.
Number 3, welcome back, Simon Primke.
Simon Primke now, as I just said, best on ground today.
Number 4, Sean O'Leary.
Sean O'Leary there, getting the his premiership medallion. Stalwart of this club, absolute legend. I wouldn't be surprised if he hung up the boots. Dean O'Hara now. Played a great game today.
Number 9, Ryan Foster.
Ryan Closter now getting his medal.
Number 10, Justin Noppenlander. Number 12, Luke Cormack. Number 13, co-vice captain Mark Vedder. Number 14, Chris Hillett. Number 15, Dean Oliver. Number 16, Cody Watson. Our other co-vice captain, number 20, Pat Curry. Number 23, Michael Jennings. Number 24, Number 38, Ryan Cameron. Number 49, Danny Liston. Number 55, Sam Paisley. The captain of the East Geelong Football Club, number 6, Ryan Cole. And the coach, number 20, Adam Scrobelak. I now invite Lorinda Harding, representing Smiths Holden, to present the 2009 Smiths Holden Cup to the East Geelong Football Club. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of your time, if you could please, to the coach, Adam Scrobelak.
First of all, thanks to the Belpo Hill Post for hanging around. Obviously heading in now, but they hung around while we're out here carrying on. So, to the umpires, thanks for the day.
Ryan, well done.
Went our way, which will take out-
Ryan, well done. Means a lot to you being a captain of the club.
Oh yeah, for sure, mate. It doesn't really matter. Like I could have been the 22nd person picked. It's been a 3-year thing. In 2007, we obviously were just short of the mark, so it's been a huge motivation. So not just myself, but I'm just stoked for the club.
Yeah, leading into the week, what was it like? Tell us about your feelings.
That was number 18, Adam Scrobelak. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That concludes the ceremony. Enjoy your evening.
We have captain of East Geelong Football Club, Ryan Coy. Ryan, you're the captain of the club. Tell us about your feelings of finally getting a premiership, first since 1993.
It's just unbelievable for the club. Obviously, from a personal point of view, being the skipper of a premiership team is a great thrill, but there's 22 blokes out there, and without them we wouldn't have got it, and I'm just stoked for the club, to be honest.
Yeah. Tell us about the week leading into the game. Just tell us how your feelings and how your club went about the preparation.
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange preparation. Obviously, we only played the one game in about 4 weeks, so it was pretty important to keep the intensity up on the track. The week leading in was a pretty light sort of week, but there was just a great feeling amongst the club, and this morning there was a great feeling, and I don't think the result was in any doubt, to be honest.
Yeah. And just tell us about the point of the game when you realised you had it won. Just tell us about that feeling.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was only when the siren went, because the same ground 2 weeks ago, we had a very similar lead, and we only held on by 10 points. So I suppose when the wind picked up and we're up by about 5 goals, there's about probably 8 minutes left was when I was pretty happy with things. But obviously we just had to keep fighting till the end.
All right, congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you.
Good luck next year.
Cheers, thanks very much. Cheers.
Ryan Coy there, captain of the East Geelong Football Club. It's a very, very good result there, and thank you very, very much for listening, and we'll move on, and we'll see you into the time for next year. We want to get all the boys in, maybe just to thank the game. Dale, come in, guys. Just have a quick chat about the game. Dale, your thoughts on the game? It was very, very close heading into the final siren, but ultimately East Geelong always had the sway.
Yeah, look, East Geelong, I suppose, played their first 3 quarters of football like they did a couple of weeks back, and they sort of set themselves up. Belpo still were really against it, having 17 men for probably a full quarter and a half. It doesn't help things out for them. But I just thought their work through the middle of part of the game, they set themselves up. They worked pretty hard, and they're tackling their work through the middle of the ground, getting it forward was just good. And as I said, Belpo still, I think at one stage of the game, they'd only kicked 7 goals. Halfway through the last quarter, and I think that would probably be near their lowest score at that stage of any side or their side during the year. So they just failed to get that scoring opportunity up forward. So a bit disappointing for Belpo. Still, look, they've made it twice in a row. Let's hope they can bounce up next year and get back and have another crack at it.
And Jace, just tell us about your player on the field, BOG, for the grand final.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good, Simon Primke. I mean, he started off pretty well, controlled the back line, and just took marks when he needed to, controlled it pretty well, and I think he moved forward. He used the ball really well in the conditions, which I think was really difficult for a lot of blokes today, but just seemed to have a lot of time, and I think it was a pretty popular choice. I think Dale and I were pretty happy that most of them thought that he was the best player on the ground. I think he's had a fantastic season, and it's really been one of the keys to their premiership victory, so well done to him.
And Dale, just finally on the sending offs, just tell us about how deflating that is halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, look, I didn't see the first one, and with Nathan Lewis going off the ground, but you just can't afford in finals football to be undisciplined at any stage. As I said, once you go up with 17 men playing against 18, Belpo still worked it pretty well last week where they kicked 4 goals, but as soon as they got their 18 back on the field, they seemed to tidy off. But look, I've tried to teach kids, and I think that's the best way to do it. Right from the start of the game, you need to be disciplined. You need to stay 18 on 18. If you're going to give yourself the best chance to win a game of football, you need everyone up there and playing, and it's not, you have one bloke off. The workload's too intense, later in the game for the rest of them to pick up on. So I reckon they'll be disappointed with their send-off. Look, they've been beaten by 20 points last week, worked hard and then played some good footy, but, disappointing end for them.
And Jake, do you think Robbie May could have coached better under those conditions?
Oh, I think Robbie May probably did everything he could in that game. He certainly had a great performance on his own behalf. He was probably one of 2 better players for Belpo's Hill today. Him and Travis Ferguson can really hold their heads up high for their performance today, and I'm sure he'll be shattered. 2 grand final losses in a row, but certainly not through a lack of trying, that's for sure.
Definitely. Another question, Scrobelac, his performance today, kept quiet by Grigich. How did you see his performance?
Yeah, look, he did pretty well. He holds that spot up pretty well at full forward. Probably the players around him today didn't get to his feet what they were trying to do, and I think his value to any side, if he plays in that field of play, he can go on the ruck, he can sit that loose man in defence, but his value to my point of view would be up forward where he kicks a few goals. And unfortunately, I don't know what he hasn't kicked today, but as I said, he just creates opportunity for the rest of their forward line. Look, he's a good player. He's proven that through a number of leagues. So it's just reward for a bloke that's worked hard.
And Ryan Closter, tall player, Jace, really set the tone for East Geelong today.
He took a couple of good marks across half forward, and they obviously had a plan to play him further up the ground. Bo McNamara had done a bit of a job on him in the second semi-final, so obviously they planned to push him up the field, and he took some marks, got into the game early, and I think it was important for them to get him into the game, and also then they've got Scrobelac, and Sean O'Leary came on and kicked 2 or 3 goals up forward, so there wasn't such an emphasis on him actually having to be inside the 50. He was actually able to move up the ground and create some more play up there. So along with some of the, I thought Ryan Coy's game was sensational today too. He really put his body on the line, really fought hard for the team. Pat Hoey kicked a couple of early ones, and I don't know whether he was 100% fit. I don't think he has been for the second half of the year, but you just see that he was just willing himself to be, a better player on the ground today. So he did pretty well as well. But I think their back 6, I said for the whole year, very underrated back 6, and I think they showed again today why they, led by obviously Simon Primke, but the other guys were just sensational as well. Mark Vetter, again today, shaded most of the players that he was on. Jake mentioned in the call, so great effort by East.
And Jake, do you think ultimately it was a performance from individual players, or do you think it was a real team effort in how they sort of went about the game today?
Yeah, look, East have had their star players. We've all known about Scroblack and the Clossers and those type of players, but I think the one thing, as Jace hit the nail on the head there, their backline's done a terrific job throughout this season, and everyone put in their efforts today, that's for sure. And it goes to a long reason as to why that they're going to hold this Premiership Cup up in season 2009, because they've been a fantastic team throughout the year. As we said, they've won 16 in a row. It's unheard of usually, and congratulations to the East Geelong Footy Club, because they thoroughly deserved the Premiership in 2009, that's for sure.
And just looking on to next year, guys, some really big teams going to work their way up and some teams going down. Obviously, Thompson Football Club are going to lose a lot of players and possibly might not be as strong as they were this year. But where do you see some of the other teams faring, particularly Belpost Hill after today's performance?
Yeah, look, don't write off Thompson. Look, it's going to be tough. They're probably going to lose a few players. It's difficult to lose one grand final. To lose two in a row is difficult as well. I think they'll be thereabouts. You know, they're going to have a good structure. A lot of their players are junior players from their team, from their clubs, so they'll stick around. I think we spoke earlier in the season in the finals that Inverleigh probably going to be one of the ones that are going to try and get 2 or 3 more players and be thereabouts. And I think, look, if East Geelong can keep the core group, they're going to be strong again. And Bannockburn are always strong. They've got good juniors out there, and our offside has bred another good group of under 18s. So I think they'll still be thereabouts. But we'll have to wait and see.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up today. It's been a great day of football, and we've really had a really sensational game, must be said. And oh, you can't do that to me. We just want to quickly just get a bit of a comment from you, Dale, about your thoughts on next year, and just particularly a team that East Geelong, like, could they really improve? Could they get any better? And is this one of the better grand finals you've seen from a team?
Look, I suppose they've got a good bunch together now, and it's just a matter of keeping that core group together, as Jason just said. But this year, I coached the under-18 side, and they've got a couple of good juniors coming through. Denham Hayter didn't play today. He played most of their season off a half-back flank. Young kid Tresize, Bowman, Ververs is also. There's some good kids coming up through their junior ranks now, and that's something they probably haven't had over recent times. I would expect them to be up there again. As I said, Scroblack's already been reappointed as coach. He might have a extended time watching the first couple of games from his report today, but I don't think that'll worry him too much at the moment. I would expect them to be up there. Belpost Hill, I would think that they would be thereabouts again. And I think your top 4 or 5, the improvement's got to come from Inverleigh and North Geelong this year with their junior kids coming through. So,
okay. We thank you very much for the telecast today, and look, from behalf of the team, we'd like to say thanks very much for being part of the first grand final live on country football. We thank you and hope to see you back here next year.
Well, welcome back again. Yes, you thought it was a wrap-up before, but we've got another wrap-up now. We might have another wrap-up later on. Well, it's been a historical telecast today. Great effort by everybody concerned at Guest Video. We've done it. Channel 31, thanks very much. East Geelong Eagles, first flag for a long time. They're pretty happy. We've had the wind, the rain, the dust, the streaker, with everything. Eric Nichols, it was one-sided, but another great day for GDFL footy.
Oh, another fantastic grand final, Dick, and it's great to see East Geelong win another one. Perhaps disappointing Belpost didn't get up, but it's been a wonderful day, a memorable day, and something that live in the history of the Geelong District Football League.
And a magnificent effort too. And also thank to Neville Whitley from the GDFL for their contribution and making sure that this day has been a great success. And very quickly, Eric, you're very proud of your granddaughter with a magnificent national anthem.
Yeah, very, very proud. It's wonderful to hear her sing on a public venue, and she did a great job.
Actually, I sang in 2000, but never mind, that's okay. But I've been given the lemon sauce. They replaced me with a Scottish pipe band. Unbelievable. Eric, I know East Geelong will be very happy, but Belpost Hill, what have they got to do to win a grand final?
I suppose they've got to finish top 1-2. You know, they've got to be right up the top of the ladder, and they've got to work that little bit harder. They just, at the end of the day, the tough run through the finals was too much for them, and for the second year in a row, the team that finished on top has got through.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much, Eric. Once again, thanks very much for your company this afternoon. We'll be back next year. We've made a few blues today, but don't worry, we'll make sure we get it right next year. I might even be a bit skinnier. Then again, that might not work either. Thanks very much to Channel 31. Thanks very much. We love your company. Fantastic. Congratulations to the East Geelong Eagles. Magnificent effort. I know a lot of people are very, very happy out there. This is Dick Philpott and
Eric Nichols.
And we're signing off and wish you a very good afternoon and fantastic in footy. And we'll see you all again here next year. Bye for now.